to San Francisco as the Republican National Convention opens, with Chairman Joe Martin very much in evidence as he greets early arrivals. There is a festive atmosphere as the faithful gather under the banner of their leader. The fair sex loses no time in expressing its preference by setting a new style note. From all parts of the country, they climb on the Ike bandwagon, particularly California, the host state. Vice President Nixon, Governor Knight, and Senator Nolan, all Californians, gather for an informal chat, the results of which seem to please the Vice President. The convention is held at the huge Cow Palace, which is capable of seating 17,000 persons. It is here that Washington's Governor Arthur Langley sets the campaign tone in his keynote address.
So the answer to the plaintive question that hovered over the Chicago arena, along with the ghosts of the past, is simple. The American people will, I believe and hope, throw the Republicans out of office the day when, if ever, they copy the Democrats and put the party first and America second.
Wild acclaim follows Egyptian President Nasser as he makes a public appearance following his seizure of the Suez Canal, seen by the fervently nationalistic Arab world as a triumphant blow at the Western powers, Britain, France, and the United States. The adulation of the Cairo mob is a measure of the new heights to which Nasser's prestige has risen through his coup. The roar of the throng gave way to the hush of deserted streets in response to Nasser's call for a strike, protesting the 22-nation foreign ministers' conference in London. The Arab world came to a standstill in a gesture of solidarity. Present in a unique position at the very center of the crisis was 13-year-old Dennis Briotti of Massapequa, Long Island, who had been invited to Egypt as Nasser's personal guest before the Suez seizure in return for a letter of goodwill. He was brought closer to events than any other Westerner in Egypt's unusual bid for friendship at a time of defiance. The conference in London was reduced to only a prelude to negotiations through Egypt's refusal to attend. The political interest of the anti-colonial Orient and the more sinister interest of the communist sphere was balanced against the vital interest of the West. Secretary Dulles' plan to recognize Egypt's sovereignty and provide for international control met opposition from Russia and the neutralists following Nasser's lead. The Dulles plan had only majority support, when support should have been almost unanimous. The result? Continued stalemate over Suez. 200,000 Hindus gather before the fort at New Delhi to hear Prime Minister Nehru's address on the occasion of India's 9th anniversary of her independence. During the course of his address, the Prime Minister warned of the great threat to world peace posed by the Suez Canal crisis. He tells of his yearning to act as peacemaker in the dispute. The carrier Lexington celebrates its birthday at Yokosuka Harbor. A giant cake is cut by Mayor Umetsu of the harbor city, aided by the Lexus captain A.S. Hayward. But from there on, the party is entirely Oriental. The traditional and highly ceremonious tea ritual, reserved for special occasions, is performed on what may be the greatest scale ever, as Yokosuka plays host to friends and allies at a flight deck party for the entire ship's complement of 1,200. The party treats are exotic, and the ceremony is strange to American tastes. But the birthday sentiment is genuine, even if it is expressed in green tea. Drink hearty, sailors.